beri tuan-tuan dan puan sedia maklum, 4 daripada Suruhanjaya yang dulu, Suruhanjaya dulu dilantik semula, iaitu termasuk pengurusi saya, Vice Chair Datuk Dr. Kolekti, Profesor Datuk Muhammad Zudi dan Cik James Nayagam, 4 daripada yang dulu, yang 7 dulu tu. Dan kita bersama pada hari ini ada 3 orang Suruhanjaya baru yang dilantik, iaitu yang daripada sebelah kiri sana, Profesor Datuk Dr. Aisyah Bedin. Beliau adalah Dekan Dean Law of Faculty Universiti Kebangsaan. Kemudian yang sebelah beliau, Encik Francis Johan Adam, formerly Deputy State Attorney General di Sarawak. Dan sebelah kanan kita, Mr. Sylvester Marating, juga dipanggil, dan beliau ingin dikenal sebagai Encik Nordin Kasim, dari Sabah. 7 orang. Daripada bilangan tak ada pertukaran. Dulu 7, sekarang 7. Nampaknya responsibility itu memang berat lah. Sebelum ini dulu ada 16 orang. Dalam akta diperuntukkan maksimum 20 orang Suruhanjaya. Tapi kitalah jawatan kuasa pemilih telah memilih hanya 7 orang Suruhanjaya Suhakam untuk mengganti yang dulu. Ini hari ini hari pertama kali Suruhanjaya yang baru ni mengadakan perbincangan kami, Commissioners Meeting. Selalunya Commissioners Meeting diadakan setiap sebulan sekali lah, lebih kurang, melainkan kalau ada perbincangan yang lain. Tujuan press conference ini untuk mengenalkan Suruhanjaya baru. Jadi ada mungkin tuan-tuan dan puan dari media nak mengeluarkan beberapa pertanyaan kepada mereka baru, atau kepada kami yang lama pun boleh jugalah, untuk mengenal kami lebih lanjut lah, dan dari segi tujuan dan apa hasrat kami sebagai Suruhanjaya baru. These are very important instruments. Ini penting sebab dalam tahun 2020 kita, Malaysia akan menjadi insya-Allah sebuah negara maju, developed country. Dan pada itu kita akan diiktiraf ataupun evaluated by other countries as a developed country. Many developed countries have ratified, acceded to all, if not to most, if not all the conventions. Jadi kalau pada masa itu kita sebagai negara maju, developed country, tidak menerima fakai atau meratifikasi yang 6 lagi ini akan menimbulkan satu pertanyaan lah, dan pada saya lah sebagai bekas diplomat akan memalukan kita lah, sebab sebagai developed country kita sepatutnya menerima atau meratifikasi convention dan instrumen-instrumen yang ada di dunia ini. Sebab sebagai ahli PBB, kita dikenaki mengambil langkah-langkah untuk menerima pakai dan mengambil prinsip-prinsip hak asasi manusia ini sebagai undang-undang negara. Ini satu cabaran kepada Suhakam dan kepada Malaysia. The mandate is the same. Mandate is contained in the Act. There's no new. We've been trying to enhance our mandate, increase our mandate for the last 3 years. Even before that, also, proposal have been made by Suhakam, the previous Suhakam, and also the one before us, when Tan Sri Abu Talib was around. Proposals were made, and we also made certain proposal to enhance the mandate or enlarge the mandate of Suhakam. But we're still trying, and we hope that for the next 3 years, he might be able to enlarge a bit more lah. So the mandate is the same, but the tugas remains the same lah. What I think we intend to do is really to follow up on the things we have in the last 3 years at least tried to push forward. One is the idea of having, as you know, we've been fighting very hard, a parliamentary debate on the annual report of Suhakam. As you know, tiap-tiap tahun, Suhakam membentangkan atau mengemukakan laporan ke Parlimen without fail. Tiap-tiap tahun, during the first sitting of Parliament, I think there was one occasion, it was a bit late, and I think Kit Sang took Suhakam to task for being a bit late. But since then, we've been constant on time. This one could have been much earlier, but then, we were out of commission, we couldn't do anything. The Parliament was, what they called it, came to termination. So that's why it's a bit late lah. But still in time, it's the first session. So we still will call on the government to have a full discussion, a full debate, whatever they call it, in Parliament of our annual report, which contains many comments, commentaries, critical sometimes not so critical, supportive also, and with many recommendations. So we do hope our report this time will be discussed in Parliament. I cannot guarantee. We'll try to. We hope that this, it's new Parliament, government, of course, is Barisan, but the Prime Minister, if you have followed the Prime Minister's statements in the past, even before the election, he's talking about a more open, more transparent society, a more people-oriented government, and so on and so forth. And this is music to our ears. We would like to work with the government, with the Prime Minister, to see that by 2020, when Malaysia becomes a developed country, we feel comfortable sitting with other members of developed countries, developed nations, in at least having acceded to all the remaining conventions. It remains a challenge. Efforts are being made, but very slow going. Some of these conventions have been there for the last 30, 40 years. But the government still talks, in terms of moving forward, but I must say the pace is slow. So that's our challenge, how to try to mobilize society and encourage the government to move forward. And I think the time may be ripe in the context of what the Prime Minister has been saying, and also with 2020 looming ahead, is less than 7 years away. And this is where we hope that members of civil society, including the media, can and should play a part in trying to push us and push the rest of the country, the Parliament, the parliamentarians, politicians, to move the process forward. That's our main challenge. There have been proposals made by, we propose and accepted by Datuk Nazri, the previous minister who was in charge of parliamentary affairs and also in the de facto minister of law. And I think human rights also came under his view. He had supported the idea of short of full parliamentary debate, to have a debate in what is known as by a committee, select committee on human rights. As you know, in parliamentary system that we operate in the UK, there should be various committees. There should be permanent committee on foreign affairs, for instance, which we don't have. Permanent committee on education, I think we have on education. Is there? Human rights is one that we've been pushing for. And we are very grateful to the last minister, Datuk Nazri, for facilitating, at least short off having a full parliamentary debate. Now, of course, there's a change of ministers. We have to tackle not just one minister in terms of having a parliamentary debate, which is, I think, headed by, that purview comes under Datuk Shahidan, I think. Huh? No, I think parliamentary debate is, I think, Datuk Shahidan, I think, who's in charge of parliamentary affairs, whatnot. Human rights, we understand under Datuk Nancy, but also Mr. Paulo, Datuk Polau, yeah? Who, for your information, to our surprise, but of course we were out of commission, came to visit Suhakam. That gave good signal. The minister came to visit Suhakam, and the secretary Perkenal receive him, and he looks forward to us having dialogue with him. So we will be one of the first ministers we would like to call on, including Datuk Nancy and Datuk Shaidan also, because these three have kind of some overlapping areas of responsibility in terms of the work we do here. For the next 3 years, we need to focus on a couple of issues we can do. And we have identified the issues, while also doing the other things we are doing, like receiving complaints, conducting inquiries, and so on and so forth. So there'll be an attempt to, while pursuing a broad mandate, to try to focus on a few issues.